everyone, thank you so much for tuning back in to another video. All right, you all, I'm getting ready to make my dinner. It is morning, but I'm gonna go ahead and set up my dinner right now. I got some sweet potatoes that I've already chopped up, and all I need to do is wash them. I shared this haul with you all where I purchased Kale Greens, so I got a couple of bags that I'm gonna cook, and this is the cornbread that I am going to be making, and I'm going to be making some tofu. So I got some tofu, some kale greens, sweet potatoes, and cornbread, and that is what I'm having for dinner. All right, guys, so I washed my sweet potatoes like a couple of times, added about 1.5 cups of water. This was 2, I'll say medium-sized sweet potato. So I'm gonna add a stick of butter, and with that, I'm going to add some cinnamon. Let's add some cinnamon. I need to go get me some more cinnamon, but anyway, I'm gonna add some cinnamon, all that I have left, to sweeten the sweet potatoes. And then I'm also, guys, going to add, not right now, but once they get finished, I'll add a little bit of the organic blue agave. This is like a sweetener. It's more thinner than honey, and that just gives my sweet potato just a little extra sweetness. It doesn't take much to make sweet potato sweet, so just putting agave versus sugar is a little bit more healthier. Just a tip. Okay, so while my sweet potatoes is doing its thing, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my greens. So I pulled out my larger pot so both bags can fit in here. So to 2 bags of greens, I got 4 cups of water. And let me share what else I'm going to add to. All right, guys, so I got some peppers, the rainbow, the red, the orange, and the yellow, and I got some red onions. I know I'm gonna use more onions than that, but this is what I'm gonna add to my greens. All right, so I decided that I'm just gonna use 1 of the peppers, the yellow pepper, and 1/2 an onion, and save the other peppers for another meal. So let's go ahead and add this to the pot. I'm going to add that into my greens. All right, and because I don't put meat in my greens, to flavor the greens up, I do add a stick of butter. That probably sounds like a lot, but it's really not that much because this is 2 bags of greens, but yeah, that's what I do. I'm going to flavor my greens with some seasoning salt. And then I'm going to also flavor them with some salt-free garlic and herbs. I gotta bring my phone up because I'm right above the sweet potato pot. And then because that don't have salt, I'm going to use my Himalaya pink salt. Season yours to taste. That is all I'm going to add to my greens. And now I'm gonna cover the pot and let it do its thing. Okay, so I went on, sorry for my hand in the way, and cut up the red pepper and the orange pepper and the rest of the onions. And I got my little Ziploc bag, and I can throw all this into the freezer for another meal. All right, guys, so I'm getting ready to prepare the tofu. The tofu has a lot of water in it. It's soaked in water. So I take a paper towel and I just press down on here to try to absorb as much water as I can out of it. You can put a plate over it to drain more water, or you can put, they have an actual device you can use to try to drain the water out. But this is how the tofu look when you get it out. Tofu is very bland. It has no flavor. So whatever flavor that you like to make it, that's what it becomes. So I'm gonna make it out to be fish. So I got my seasoned, my New Orleans seasoned fish fry. This is a breading mix. So that's what I got. So I'm going to slice these up into cubes, and yeah, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so this is how I cut mine. I cut them long way, and then I made them into these squares like this. Again, you can make yours however you want to. You can cut them whatever design you like. And I'm going to just season them with my seasoning salt, what I got right here, guys. And I'm also going to season them with some garlic and herb. I'm not going to add any salt to it because I don't want them salty. But yeah, I'm just going to sprinkle some seasoning all on the front and the back of them. Dip them in my cornmeal. Okay. I'm going to add a little of my garlic and herb seasoning. And once you do that, just give them a little rub so it can get down into the tofu. Now you can actually do this step and have it overnight to really get those flavors nicely coated in here. But because I want this done right now, I'm just going to move my seasoning over on each of them and put some on the side of it as well. And then I'm just going to flip them over on the other side and repeat the process. Okay, looks like my sweet potatoes is nice and ready. Looks like my greens is cooking down really nicely. See that smoke? And also I started with my bread. So, and this is the next batch. This is just a quick way that I make my bread so that it cooks up a little bit faster, but it looks delicious. Okay, so now that I have my tofu all nice and seasoned, and you can season to taste. So anyway, you're just going to dip it in your batter. And I'm using, and make sure you get all 4 sides. Let's put a few of them in here. And I'm cooking it just like if I was somewhat cooking fish. It's like whatever season you put on there, that's what it's going to take on. So you can just manipulate this tofu to give it different, different tastes and flavors. So if you're just looking for an alternative from eating meat for a day, try tofu. I don't know, you might like it. It's not an everyday thing that I would like to eat, but when I do, I enjoy it. So I'm just using the same pan that I cook my bread in, and let's just fry these babies up. They don't take long to cook as well. You just browning them on both sides. Okay, brown them on both sides. Making sure I get enough of it on there. And yeah, I'll show you how it looks when I flip them. Okay, so this is how I'm looking. I've already flipped them. So cook them about 4 to 5 minutes on each side to their nice and golden brown, just like you see in here. And once you get to that nice color right there, I got a bowl with some paper towel just to drain out any extra oil, which I don't have a lot of oil in my pan. But in regards, I still like to drain as much oil as I can. Okay, so I'm gonna put on the second batch and then I'm ready to plate up. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so dinner is served. We got our greens, kale greens, peppers and onions in there. Our sweet potato, ooh, that smoke is still coming off. That's how the tofu look with a piece of bread. And yeah, that is dinner. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me this today for Sunday dinner. I appreciate it so much. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in our next video. But until then, always remember, y'all, Psalm 68:4 in your King James Version. Always keep your life and your health in check. And I'll check with you guys in our next video. Bye for now.